Alright guys, got Zoe DeVita from Metallica Cane Corso.
Hi guys.
Bruce Wayne's breeder. If you saw the last video, then you saw that we finally revealed his breeder is this lovely lady right here, who is an amazing human being. And I thought we would talk a little bit about Ruru, locked and loaded, Bruce's father. So Ruru passed away about a year ago. He was 6. And
it's very young for a Cane Corso.
yes, very, very young and very, very sad. He was a gorgeous dog. He was amazing.
Amazing animal.
But why don't you just kind of give a rundown of why don't we talk about really quick what his accomplishments were? I know we mentioned it quick, but why don't we throw it again in here in case people didn't watch that video?
Locked and Loaded was everything. He was your perfect dog. He was your perfect, dog of an owner. He was your perfect show dog. He was your perfect working dog. He was your perfect therapy dog. He was triple threat. He had everything. He won Westminster. He won the national specialty. He won the national dog show at Eukanuba. An amazing, amazing dog. Beautiful. His personality just like shined through no matter what he did. He did it 150,000%. He was also an IPO dog. He excelled in Schutzen, which is IPO, and he excelled in therapy. He loved his kids, and he used to go to the nursing homes and the library with the kids, and that was his favorite time, and all the kids loved Ruru.
That's so amazing. It's so amazing.
It was very sad to see.
Yeah, me and Kara were crying when we found out about it.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
All of us.
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
And what exactly happened?
Well, what happened was we went to the oncologist, the dog cancer doctor, and she told us that he had GI lymphoma, which was a specific lymphoma of the GI tract. And in her opinion, in all the times that she's seen this, it was pretty much her opinion that it was food-based. He was given a certain food at the time, and come to find out that food wasn't exactly ideal for this breed or any breed for that matter, and the owner switched to raw quickly after.
See, I get a lot of questions like, I know you feed raw, but what kibble would you recommend?
Why do we feed raw?
And I'm always like, all kibble, I don't care what it is garbage. It's every single kibble is garbage in my opinion. And I tell everyone that. I'm like, I know you're not gonna go to raw, but my belief is it's all garbage, so I'm not going to tell you what kibble to get because they're not good.
Right.
And you were saying earlier that it doesn't matter which brand you get; they all go through the same manufacturer in the United States.
Yeah, mostly all of the dog foods go through the same plants. So if one bag of dog food gets contaminated, guess what?
And what's been happening in the past couple of years, 2-3 years,
dying.
Dogs have been dying, tons of contamination, and all these dog foods, all these recalls.
They have to cook it a million times and put a bunch of preservatives in
there. So like it's
to have shelf life.
Yes, it's crazy. And then they're feeding like you were saying, like all the nasty stuff, like the beaks and the fur, and the byproducts, and
beaks,
and then they're
skin and nails, and
you're most likely getting 4D meat, which is meat from a dead or dying animal that's sick or diseased possibly. And do you really want to feed that to something that you like?
Well, they're not regulated.
Yeah, they're not regulated by the FDA.
They can give you anything.
Yes.
They can give your dog anything.
So take responsibility and take your dog's diet into control. Like, know what you're feeding your dog. If you feed them raw, for example, you know exactly what they're getting. You know how much organ meat they're getting. You know how much fat they're getting. You know how much like muscle meat they're getting. You know how many what they're getting for vitamins or what they may be lacking in vitamins, and you have to like add something else in, you know? And also, who wants to eat the same exact thing
all the time?
Every single day for your life?
Yeah.
It's not
I do get a lot of calls. My dog is bored, doesn't want his kibble anymore. What should I do?
Yes. Now, he's extremely picky, even with raw. Is that a Corso trait?
Yeah.
Very, very picky. And it's because they're so smart.
They're either very picky or they're gavons. They eat everything.
Okay, that's not Bruce.
It's like...
Very picky.
Yeah.
Very, very picky.
That's how most of them are.
Susan, the co-owner of Bruce's father, with Zoe, she actually sells raw. So does she, like, what exactly does she sell? Does she sell like a mix where it has everything together, or does she sell just like, just liver and like all the organs separate, and you can kind of pick and choose, or some
pick and choose. She has different kinds like chicken and lamb and tripe and beef, whatever.
Okay.
All different kinds.
And tripe's wonderful, and too bad Bruce hates it. So I wish he liked it.
Stinky.
I wish he liked it.
Don't feed it.
He loves
stinky.
he loves his organ meats though, which is
so
funny
bad.
because dogs are so instinctive. They know, like if he's not hungry, he will still eat his liver. He will still eat up his liver. He's like, there's a lot of nutrients in here, and I'm staring at a butthole. I'll give you guys a nice view. I put your butthole on blast, dude. I put your butthole on blast.
Butthole on blast.
He wants to hug you.
Oh, he's gonna knock me over.
Want to give him a?
Okay, you can hug
Give her
me.
a hug, Bruce.
Come.
Hug.
Oh.
I love Zoe. I love Zoe. Oh, good boy, buddy.
Oh my goodness. He's so excited.
He put his tongue in your mouth?
Yeah, all over my face.
Yep, that's what he does. Bruce Wayne's a lover.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Wayne is a lover. How big was his father? Around 140-ish?
Yeah,
I think.
around 135, 140.
Yeah. And the Elsa was,
Very muscular.
yes.
Elsa's
The grandfather.
a huge female.
His grandfather, I saw a picture of, was crazy muscular.
Yeah.
His grandfather was a beast.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing his legs, the back of his legs, they were just like chiseled out. He would put both of those in his mouth sometimes at the same time. That's the thing I was talking about. He would just sit there and just do this.
Yeah.
He just loves working his jaw.
Yeah, they do.
And it's crazy their bite force that you can
Can
just
you imagine?
tell. And you can tell he's not biting as hard as he can. Like that will not only go through your skin, that your hand's being crushed.
Yeah.
Like you won't have a hand anymore. Now I get a lot of people saying, you know, asking what I feed Bruce, and like, I want my dog to be as big as Bruce Wayne, and the fact is it's not gonna happen. If you want a big puppy, don't pick the run to the litter. I've had a lot of people tell me they pick the run to the litter because they think it's gonna be the biggest dog. And then I had people tell me that same dog that was the runt, that was all shy, like
I want to look like Scarlett Johansson, but
yeah,
it's not happening.
it's like there's like a myth between like the shy, quiet little runt's gonna grow to be big and like outgoing. It's usually not the case. It could happen, but can you just kind of tell them the dangers of overfeeding your dog?
Oh yeah.
Because it's still gonna grow up to be its potential size. You don't want it to grow fast.
No, we want a nice slow growth.
Slow growth does not mean it's not gonna grow to its maximum potential.
A slow growth, they're already putting 10 to 12 pounds on a month.
Yes.
On a
it's
slow
insane.
growth. So, you know, you don't want to accentuate that.
Bruce is hitting me with his jolly bow.
You don't want to feed too much too fast because they just get fat.
Yes.
And it breaks down their joints
Yep,
and their
very
bones.
quick. When they're at a very delicate stage.
Yeah.
A very delicate stage.
Yeah, you have to wait till the growth plates close. So you want to wait to feed them a lot until they're older.
Yeah.
And it never really happens though, I find, because when they get older and they get to be their like 1.5, 2-year-old weight, then they kind of cut back on their food a little bit, right?
He cut down when he hit 3. Like he was eating, like some days he wouldn't eat because I kind of let him eat what he wants because he would never get fat.
Right.
Some days he would not eat. Some days he eat 7 pounds an entire day. That's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
7 pounds of meat
When they're
a lot.
puppies and they're growing.
Yeah,
then-
don't do that when they're puppies and they're growing that quick. That would be horrible for them.
Yeah. You have a certain amount that you have to give them as puppies, and you know what? They're going to look skinny and gangly.
Yes.
Right? How did you look when you were 12?
Exactly. All puppies look like they don't look like they fit in their body. It's just how it is.
Right, a big head and they have a skinny body, but then eventually they grow up to be mature.
So
You can't fight maturity.
Yes. Don't
can't fight
force it. Don't
It's
fight
nature.
it. Yes.
It's natural.
Because you will regret it when your dog's suffering with all these joint issues. It's just
Exactly.
you do not want that.
No, you do not want joint issues.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. On the way out, make sure to do all the things for Bruce Wayne and I. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Ring my ding-a-ling so you don't miss any of the newest videos on Cane Corso or Bruce Wayne.